Hello friends, welcome to my channel Piping Engineering Guru. Uh, मेरा नाम ज्ञानदेव शेट्टी है. My name is Jnandev Shetty and I'm basically a mechanical engineer and presently I'm working for piping engineering field as a piping designer. The main intention behind this video is just a kind of awareness. I just wanted to give an small awareness for the young engineers who are just coming out from their colleges and from their academic years. So I've seen many students who are like basically they will be a mechanical engineer or they can be a chemical engineer or else they can be your electrical engineer or petrochemical engineer. So after coming out from the academic, they will be totally blank. Blank in the sense like many people don't know to which field to go in. It's like what kind of job orientation they have to be going into, or like what field to choose after their specific academic qualifications. So I got many queries from the students like please guide us for a specific career guidance, what to do after my BTech or my BE. And I'm basically a mechanical engineer, I'm a chemical engineer, so I'll be getting many queries daily. For that purpose, I thought I'll just make a small video from my channel, Piping Engineering Guru. So maybe I'll try my level best to guide you in a proper manner, like what an engineer can do after is a specific BTech or B or a diploma. Even diploma can be counted here. See, many mechanical engineers or chemical engineers, process engineers, what they'll do is even your electrical engineers like after completing their specific engineering in mechanical and any other stream, they'll be going to some automobile companies or some production companies or some manufacturing companies or some maintenance companies to pursue their career in. But what happens is after working for 1 to 2 years, maybe for some people work for 3 years also, then they'll suddenly realize like we are stuck. Okay, they'll come to know that there is no growth in this particular field. If at all, if you work for around 10 years also, you won't be getting any hike in your salaries. Maybe throughout the years they'll be working for 20,000 or 25,000, which is not a big salary counted for today's time at least. So then they come back. Okay, then they'll think what to do now, what next. So most of them are stuck now because they're not pretty much clear about like what next and what will the next door for them to just enter in. So I just wanted to convey a message via this video is like, don't worry. On that case, please don't worry. We have better opportunities for you guys. Okay, because see, there is a specific field called piping engineering. I don't know you guys are aware of that or not, but as per my knowledge, I've seen almost 70% of the students who are like mechanical or chemical engineer, they are not at all aware of this piping engineering content, or else they are not at all aware of some field called as oil and gas, petrochemical, the chemical plants. See, this is one of the best booming industry in today's date. Just mark my word, yes, you heard it right. This is one of the best booming industry in today's date, and the person who has completed his mechanical engineer or chemical engineer, yeah, electrical engineer can work in this particular field. So, to get the specific idea, what exactly this piping engineer is, or what exactly this oil and gas field is, I'll be just giving a small briefing. Okay, maybe after that, that things may be quite clear to you guys. See, any industry, if you catch, for example, if you take an automobile industry, if you take any, if you catch any manufacturing industry, or if you say it's like a maintenance industry, in all the industry there will be multiple discipline working there. For example, if you're talking about an automobile industry, that, there also we need multiple disciplines. We need mechanical engineers there. We need electrical engineers there. We need electronic engineers there. We need automobile engineers there. So it is like it is also a multi branch field actually. If you talk about automobile field, same way your oil and gas field or piping field is also a multidiscipline field. Here we need engineers from all the disciplines. Like we need civil engineers here, we need mechanical engineers here, we need piping engineers here, we need electrical engineers here, we need electronical engineers here, we need chemical engineers here, we need architectural engineers too, and in some cases we use software engineers too for this particular field. But now what you have to understand is what exactly is oil and gas and what exactly is piping engineering. Okay, so let me start with a specification, which is called as a piping engineering, or we can call it as piping technology also. So the meaning of piping engineering is it is nothing but engineering which is implemented on the piping system. Because see, if you go to any specific software companies or non-IT industry also, there also we need engineers to have a specific perspective on a particular content and to take on the job systematically. We do need engineers there. Same cases to work in piping field also, we need a trained engineer who should be technically trained to work in this particular field. I can't just get any just fresh passed out engineers here. I can't just make them to work without giving some specific knowledge. So first you should be gaining some specific knowledge about piping concepts. For that you can do any kind of job oriented course also. You can do anywhere all over India, it's available now. But what I'm telling is, after your specific engineering, you just focus on this particular field which is called as a pipe, which is called as piping engineering field. If you are of any stream, irrespective of your branch, you can just join this particular industry with a specific job orientation course. So first what we have to understand is what exactly is this oil and gas field and what is the role of piping in that specific field. The oil and gas field is nothing but which directly deals with crude oils. See, you might be knowing like today we are in such a edge that without crude oil we are just blank, because we are totally dependable on that particular uh, uh, a content called as crude oil. Maybe we'll be using for n number of purposes, because without crude your half world is totally finished. J- uh, j- um, Many people think that petrol and diesel is just the output of this crude oil. No, petrol is diesel is just a part of this crude oil. You might be shocked to hear that we have almost 1,800 byproduct which is coming out of this crude oil. 1,800 byproduct. Just mark my words. Maybe more than that. Okay, in some cases it can be more also. But roundabout we have around 1,800 product from which is taking out from this crude oil, which we extract from these crude oils. So as you know, where do we get this crude oils from? We get it from the sea. We can extract this oil from the seabed, as well as we can extract it from the land also. If you go some Emirates, UAE, you will be getting it from the land also. And most of the cases you will be getting from the sea. There are several scientific reason why do we get this oil from the seabed, because as we learned in our previous academic classes, that crude oil is just a fossil fuel which will be extracting from the seabed or from the land surface, whatever. But most of the cases we get this crude oil from the seabed, because this crude oil is nothing but the decomposed content of the living organism. Well, that's what we have learned from. So decomposition uh, concept is quite complicated for us now, because if we see some other object which decompose in the soil, and it will be turned into the soil directly. But how this content has been turned into crude oil then? For that simple reason is, why do we get most of the crude oil from the seabed is because whenever we bury something, whatever living organism has been buried inside the seabed, it has been decomposing with the absence of oxygen, because in seabed, as we know, there is no oxygen there. Those content will be decomposed in absence of oxygen, and plus heat of your earth core. So in both the way, it will be pressurized. It will be having water pressure, because in seabed there will be water density also, water pressure, lack of oxygen, and heat. Because of that particular combination, that organism might have been turned into the product called as crude oil. It is a very precious thing actually. So the world is fighting for crude oil now, and most of them are trying their level best to preserve this crude oil for the next generation. So we get this crude oil from seabed. We get this crude oil from land also. In land also, if you go some Gulf countries, will be getting crude oil from land itself. But most cases, we'll be getting it from the sea, because in sea the area space is also more, and there will be water pressure to continuously get that content to be turned into crude oil. And in land also, we'll be getting normally in the desert region, we'll be getting crude oil, because there might be water before. Now there is no water there. That can also be the reason. Okay, but the main concept is how to extract this crude oil from the particular seabed or from the uh, land. To extract this crude oil, we need the technology called as a piping engineering. See, if I take a plumber and I ask him to extract the crude oil, he won't be able to extract it, because he's just a plumber. He is good for your household works, for your domestic piping. And anyway, piping is such a field which has been used in all the industries, not just oil and gas. Oil and gas is also part of that, which is a important part of piping engineering. So I can't take a plumber that I can't ask him to just make a routine, that it is like quite impossible for him to do that particular job. Here we need a technology because whatever crude we will be extracting from the seabed, it will be having very high temperature, maybe around 400 to 500 degrees centigrade. That oil will be having it, yeah, it can have pressure of around 300 to 400 kg per centimeter square. Highly volatile. It's just a spark can ignite an entire oil wells. And it is ignited once, it can be put off because it has got hydrocarbon content present in that. So to handle that critical content, which we call as crude oil, we need a technology there. Okay, because normal people can't handle that. So there we need a concept called as piping engineering. So the piping plays a major role there to extract that oil from the. It has got a huge technology. I'm not explaining all those content here. Maybe next session I may explain that also. Okay, so you can just keep on watching my channel in this particular link, and you can just message from your end. Okay, so whatever concept you want to hear from my side, you can just message me. If you want to know about this particular, I can explain you that also. And you can subscribe my channel also, so that you will be getting next notification as soon as I upload my videos. So to extract this oil, we need technology. Okay, because a small mistake can lead to a very big disaster. You might have seen oil in a specific fire in a specific oil wells. Once that oil well get ignited, it can burn up to that oil is exhausted there. Maybe it can burn for 1 to 2 months or maybe for years, because it has got that intensity. Hydrocarbon, it is like very volatile content. Okay, it will be containing H2S gas also. Okay, so H2S gas, you might know about the H2S gas. It is very volatile gas and toxic gas. If it is leaked, the person is dead on the spot. So to remove that particular oil, we have many technologies, but the main part will be piping. So how to do a specific piping? With that, we need specific knowledge for that, because there are two types of piping we use. One is subsea piping and one is topside piping. Maybe sometime in future we can speak about that content also. So here we need a technology which is called as piping engineering, because 100% to extract that oil safely we need engineering concepts there, because we can't guess things. Yeah, for this line we can implement this pipeline. No, we can't guess there. Guesswork won't be working there. It should be precise, 100%. So for that case, we need to design that routing precisely. We need to route that line with a concept called as piping engineers. For that case, we need piping engineers in the large quantity, because oil and gas is such a field which has been spread all over the world now. Every country extract oil. Almost around, if you take in 100% range all over the world, almost 60% countries extract oil by themselves. Even India, we extract oil. So this is a demanding field for time being. It's a very demanding field. It need a huge quantity of engineers there. I'm not just talking about only mechanical. Every branch can be diverted to this particular field. And it has got a plenty of jobs. It has got jobs for piping engineering, mechanical engineers, chemical engineers, process engineers, petrochemical engineers, instrument engineers, and because that is an interdependable field, oil and gas. So there are different types of piping. Okay, we have something called as process piping, we have something called as power piping, we have something called as fuel gas piping. Maybe in the next session I'll be speaking about that one. But today's session is only uh, to give an awareness to that young engineers who are totally lost in the industry where they have least knowledge about the content where to go. So I just wanted to guide those fresh engineers, or those engineers who already been stuck in some field and they don't have any way out where to go. So I suggest all the engineers who are very much passionate to work in a specific challenging field which is called as oil and gas, chemical, petrochemical industry, wherever piping is used, you can just divert your career for this piping field. Okay, like we undertake this career guidance program also from our end. We have a specific firm called as Petropipe. Okay, but I'm not asking you to. You have to come to this institute only. You can go any institute and learn the piping engineering course, because industry need young engineers now. So this specific piping industry is in such a ratio where there is an if there is an around 10 job, it can just complete around 4 to 5 engineers there. It is still lagging of engineers. Okay, nowadays we say there is no job opportunity for mechanical engineers or some other chemical engineers. It is not true. It is not at all true, because this is a field where it has got plenty of openings for mechanical engineers with piping knowledge. But that knowledge they has to be gaining with some orientation courses. They can gain that knowledge. If you gain that knowledge, industry will just hire you easy. Because why we should gain that knowledge? Because to work in a specific piping or complicated engineering process, we need knowledge there. And every company don't have separate time to guide you to how to work there. What are the they don't have that extra time there. They will prefer those engineers, those who have already knowledge about some content of piping engineering. Then later on they can guide you. So my only call to the younger generation is pursue your career in piping field. It's one of the best field. Okay, please don't take me in the wrong way that for my personal profit I'm doing this session. No, no, not at all. This is for you guys. I want my younger engineers to getting into to this particular field all over the world. World, this message has to be transferred, because it's not only related to my country; it is related to all the country, because Earth is a content where we live, and it should be having an healthy concept. So maybe in all the countries there is an extensive requirement for this particular field, which is called as piping engineering. So guys, please wake up and find your career in the field of piping engineering. Is one of the best field for the engineers and highest paid. It is the only field which is almost equivalent to IT. Okay, so please don't degrade uh, this mechanical field or some other field, because even that field has got a specific potential. And one more good news is, if at all you want to come for a piping engineering field, you can be any graduate. There is no specification that you should be mechanical, but specifically mechanical, chemical, or petrochemical engineers have got some soft corner for this particular field, because they are already they'll be trained with some technical content, and it may be more easy for them to grab the content. And even software engineers can also do this course who has done their IT, but depend upon their interest, because they already be having some plan for some software content. But if you're interested, or you can just be diverted for this field also. But yes, whatever it is, uh, my message is quite clear that this is a field which has got potential. So you can just give a thought for this particular field. And uh, if you want to cross check the job opportunity, you can just search online. Just put a job opening for a piping engineer. You'll just come to know that plenty of job will be posted there in different countries, not only in India, all over the world, globally. Piping engineers are really required in present time, and we are running short of engineers there. Okay, so please make your mind up. And thank you, thank you so much for watching my video. So maybe in future also I may be posting my videos in piping engineering guru, so it may be helping you in one or the other way. So keep on supporting our channel. And thank you, thanks a lot, take care, Jai Hind.